Yeah, hi guys. So in this video we are going to talk about different types of numbers. So what are those types of numbers which we are going to discuss? I have listed down here. So first we will talk about even number, odd number in short, not in detail. And then prime number, composite number and co-prime number. These three areas we will discuss in detail. And this we will discuss in short. So number can be classified in many different types, right? So these are the types of numbers which we come across frequently. So okay, let us start with even number. What do we mean by even number? Even numbers are those numbers which are divisible by 2. Divisible by 2, okay, divisible by 2. For example, what is the smallest? What are the examples of even numbers? This starts with 2, 4, 6, 8, so on. It will go till infinity. Right? How about odd numbers? Odd numbers. Odd numbers are those numbers which are not divisible by 2. Those numbers which are not divisible by 2. Not divisible by 2. Let us please. Odd numbers are not divisible by 2. So what are the examples? For example, you can say 1, 3, 5, 7, go till infinity. Right? So if we have taken this as, so how about 0? What is 0? Is 0 an odd number or 0 is an even number? Let's think about it. Actually, 0 is divisible by 2. Right? 0 is divisible by 3. 0 is divisible by every number. Right? Almost. So, 0 is neither prime, neither even nor odd. 0 is neither even nor odd. So what are the digits? What are the numbers which are even? How to check that? We will check first place. Suppose this is a number. I don't know what is this. And this is the first place of the number. If it is occupied by 0, if it is occupied by 0 or 2, 4, 6, 8, then it is called an even number. Okay, then it is called an even number. Same case. If it is occupied by, the first place is occupied by 1 or 3 or 5 or 7 or 9, that is an odd one. Right? Please don't get confused that this 0 I will put it at the first place of the number. Right? If 0 is there at the first place of a number, then that number is an even number. But 0 itself is neither even nor odd. Okay? So it's very simple things. So now we will basically talk about prime numbers. What are prime numbers? Okay. So prime numbers are those numbers which has two factors. Prime numbers are those numbers which have two factors only. Only two factors. Can we write? Prime numbers are those numbers which have only two factors. Only two factors. Only two factors. One and the number itself. And the number itself. Okay. Prime numbers are those numbers which have only two factors, the one and the number itself. The one and the number itself. These are the only two factors. So, what are the examples of prime numbers? So, prime numbers are, what is the smallest prime number? If someone asks you, the smallest prime number is 2. Because 2 has how many factors? 2 you can write as, the factors of 2 you can list down as 1 and the number itself. It fulfills the definition of prime number. What is the next prime number? 3. Because 3 has the factor 1 and the 3 itself. That's all. What is the next prime number? You will come across 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, so on and so forth. Between, just for knowledge, I am saying this. Between 1 to 100, how many prime numbers lies? Between 1 to 100? Between 1 to 100, how many prime numbers exist? 25 prime numbers exist between 1 to 100. 1 to 100, 25 prime numbers exist. Okay? Right? 25 prime numbers exist between 1 to 100. And prime numbers are those numbers which have only two factors. That is the 1 and the number itself. So what is the smallest prime number? 2, then followed by 3, because both of them have only two factors, 1 and the number itself. Similarly, these are also the prime numbers. So how many prime numbers exist between 1 to 100? 25 prime numbers. Right? So I'll jump onto here. So let me this. Okay. So now I will talk about so prime numbers were done, right? We will talk about composite numbers. What are composite numbers? Composite numbers. Composite numbers are those numbers which have more than two factors. Composite numbers are those numbers which have more than two factors. Composite numbers are those numbers which have more than two factors. Okay? More than two factors. Right? So what is the smallest composite number? What is the smallest composite number? It is 4. Then go and check. 5 is a composite number? No. Why? 5 is a prime number. Right? 6 is a composite number? Yes. Why? Because 6 has 3 factors. 1, 2, and 3, and 6 itself. Right? So it has more than 2 factors. Similarly, 4 has 3 factors. 1, 2, and the number itself. Right? 3 factors. 4, 6, 8, 10. You will keep on taking it, right? You will go till infinity. So these are composite numbers. So composite numbers are those numbers which have more than 2 factors. The smallest composite number is 4. 4 is the smallest composite number. And what is the smallest prime number? Smallest prime number is 2. Okay. Fine. So now we will talk about co-prime numbers? What are co-prime numbers? Co-prime numbers are set of numbers, are set of numbers, are set of numbers, are set of numbers, a set of numbers which has which have only one as the common factor, which have only one as the common factor, common factor. Just understand it carefully. Pay attention, please. Co-prime numbers are set of numbers which have only one as the common factor. What we mean by set of numbers? Composite numbers consist of two or more than two numbers, right? At least two numbers should be there, or more than two. So let us take an example here. For example, see, if you take any 2 prime number or any 3 prime number or any 4 prime number, they are co-prime. Any, for example, a set of 2 prime numbers, a set of 2 prime numbers, okay, is co-prime. A set of 2 prime numbers is always co-prime. Similarly, please pay attention, it is a little bit complex. A set of 3 prime numbers are also co-prime. Similarly, you can go till set of 5 prime numbers, they are also co-prime. And apart from that, what are the set of numbers which are co-prime? You should think about that also. So let's try to take an example. So we can say that 22, right? 22, comma 22, comma 57. Can you check that? Do you see any factor? What are the factors of 22? Please. What are the factors of 22? To prime factorize, you will find 2, 11. 2 and 11 are the factors, right? I am not counting 1 and the number itself, okay? Okay. So you can write, you can say that 1 is the factor, 2 is a factor, 11 is a factor of 22, and the number itself, right? 22, right? So similarly, what are the unique factors of 57? Is 57 divisible by 2? No. 3, yes. 7 plus 5 will give you 12. So 57 is divisible by 3. It will come here 1, 9. So what are the factors of 57? Let's write down 1, then 1. 1 is a factor of all the numbers. Then 3. Then 19, and then 57, the number itself. This is number itself, 22. This is number itself, and apart from that, 1. So, do you see any factor? Do you see any factor which are common other than 1? No. So, in that case, we can say both 22 and 57 is a set of co-prime number. This is a set of co-prime numbers. Why they are co-prime? Because between these two numbers, we don't find any factor which is common other than 1. 1 is definitely common, but we are looking for factors which are other than 1. So we don't have any factor. So 22, 57 is an example of co-prime numbers. So what can be the other examples? Right? So this time we will try with a set of 3 numbers. For example, we can say 120, 216, right? And then you can say it's a 73. 73, or better you go for 19. Right? So if you go and write 120 has more than 2 factors. What are the factors of 122? I will say it is 1, it is 2, it is 3, it is 4, right? Several others, and the number itself, right? What are the factors of 216? Of course, 1, 2, yes, and is 3, yes, because the sum of the digit is 9, which is the multiple of 3, so it is divisible by 3. Is it divisible by 4? Yes, because the last 2 digits are is the multiple of 4. So, apart from 4, there are many more multiples. 216. How about 19? Now, 19 has how many factors? 19 is a prime number, if you see it, right? So, it has only 2 factors, which is 1 and the number itself. Now, we know that 120 and 216. 120 and 216 are not co-prime, definitely. They are not co-prime because they have some common factors. But if we take the set of these 3 numbers, 120, 216 and 19, you will not find any common factor which is other than 1. So only one is a factor which is common amongst all these 3 numbers. So the set of these 3 numbers is a very good example of co-prime numbers, right? Set of 3 numbers. This set of 3 numbers is a very good example of co-prime numbers. So what I have done here, I have taken 2 numbers, whatever is coming into your mind, right? And apart from that, I have inserted one prime numbers. It becomes co-prime, right? But in this case, none of them are prime numbers. In this case, none of them are prime numbers, neither 22 nor 57. But since there is no factor which is common other than 1, so that's why, despite of not being a prime number, they are co-prime. So yes, it is true that when we say that in a set of co-prime numbers, each of the number is not necessary to be a prime number. For example, yes, this is 22, 57. None of this number are co-prime, but still this set of these 2 numbers together, set of these 2 numbers are co-prime, right? So let us do a quick revision. Even numbers divisible by 2, yes. Odd numbers not divisible by 2. 1. 0 is neither even nor odd. How to recognize an even number? Very simple. At the first place you see 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, even number. At first place if you see 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, odd number. Prime numbers, only 2 factors, the 1 and the number itself, right? 1 and the number itself, that is prime numbers. So these are the various examples. Composite numbers are those numbers which have more than 2 factors. More than 2 factors are composite number. What is the smallest composite number? The smallest composite number is 4, right? And then it goes on, right? Here 4 has 3 factors, 6 has 4 factors, likewise. Co-prime numbers, set of numbers which have only 1 as the common factor, What can be various examples of co-prime numbers, right? It can be a set of two prime numbers. It can be a set of three prime numbers. It can be a set of four prime numbers, five prime numbers. So is it necessary that each of the number of the set of co-prime numbers are prime? No, this is not the mandatory condition, because for example 22, 57, none of this number is a prime number, but still this set itself is a co-prime number. Apart from that, here this is a set of three numbers, right? If you take all the three numbers together and try to find common factor, you will not find any common factor other than one. So this set of these three numbers is a good example of co-prime numbers. I hope it is clear, right? Thank you.